into
All right, fans, here we go with the main event of the evening.
Good evening and welcome to the Febar. I'm your host Jack Jordan Maynard, and alongside me is Mr. Jack Pickering, but more importantly we are joined by Maximilian Gunther of DS Penske, who will be answering your questions. So all you have to do is click !Zoom in chat, and that will give you the Zoom link, and you can be speaking to Maximilian Gunther. The Zoom call is open, so if you spam it in chat, it will come up eventually and you can get into the call. It's your chance to talk to Maximilian Gunther. What an opportunity. You won't want to miss it. Pico, how are you? But more importantly, Max, thank you so much for joining us.
Hello guys, pleasure to be part of the show and to speak to you.
Very good. Pico, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Oxford won at the weekend, so that's the important thing. So we're staying up. Come on. My football team, Max. But yeah, no, I mean, it's fantastic we've got this opportunity to speak to Max. I do just want to say that it is a very sad day in the motorsport world. We lost Eddie Jordan today, which is a horrible shame. He F1 legend with Jordan Grand Prix. And when I was growing up, he was on the telly with Jake and DC, and so yeah, it's a very sad day for motorsport fans. But
indeed it is.
But yeah.
Indeed,
I'm really excited for this.
Indeed it is. So as we just allow the fans to pour into the waiting room, we've got a couple of questions, because obviously a really exciting event happened in Miami. You were out there with Vinny Hacker for the Evo sessions and training him. So I just wanted to get your sort of experience from that. How was that? What was it like? How was the whole event in general? Because obviously for us, we don't know yet until we watch the documentary in a couple of months' time.
Oh yeah, that's true. Actually, it's still behind closed doors, signed up. Yeah, it was a cool event. It was my first time actually in Miami, and yeah, really cool event. I think from Formula E, to introduce it to more people, to give people the experience of feeling an electric race car, a Formula E car, by themselves. Teaching them from scratch to then actually driving the car. And yeah, I think everybody involved really enjoyed a lot this experience. I can certainly say for me it was really cool working with Vinny, seeing his progress. He had a great approach and he did really well. My car stayed in one piece, so that was most important for me. He did really well. Was really proud about what he did there. And I think for the championship, has been a great event. And yeah, we will see the results very soon.
Very soon indeed. In terms of, obviously we're going to Homestead in a couple of weeks' time, but it was obviously on a shortened version of the F1 layout. Do you think that could be a potential option for Formula E in the future in terms of racing in Miami? Did you think it was a good layout?
Absolutely. I think we all really enjoyed it. I mean, the 11 drivers that were all there, we got the chance in 2 short sessions to give it a go ourselves on this track, and it was a lot of fun. The facility is great. I think we always see great races in F1 on this circuit, and I'm sure there are layouts and configurations how we can make it a great FE track for our current cars. And yeah, hopefully we're gonna race there at one point soon.
Hopefully, right. So the waiting room is filling up, and you're here not to speak to us, but we might ask a couple of questions as we go. But if there's a couple of lulls, but we do have a couple of people already in the waiting room ready to speak to you, Max. So we're going to pass
I've
over
never
to
seen
the
it this
fans.
full. I've never seen it this full.
So
This
we
is
knew
wild.
we knew it'd be a busy one. So we'll pass straight over to the fans, and I think is it Nikki that we're going to get in first?
Right. I'm just grabbing Nikki now. Hopefully she'll be
There is
joining
just
shortly.
the small lag period
Yeah,
between.
there is a small little delay, so it takes a couple
Couple of
minutes
seconds to move one from A to B, but hopefully Nikki will be with us shortly.
I think
Hello, Jack.
Hello, Nikki. How are you? Welcome back to
Very
the FE
happy,
Bar.
thank you, after the weekend.
Splendid. What's your question for Max?
Basically, why did he choose Formula E over Formula One? As it obviously was he was F2 before he came to Formula E.
Yeah, hi Nicola. Nice to
Hey,
meet
you're
you.
right.
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Yeah, I mean, for me, Formula E, it's a really exciting championship, and it was season 5 when I decided to, or when I basically joined Formula E. I was a reserve driver in season 4, and yeah, for me, Formula E being a world championship with so many car manufacturers involved, I think probably the championship with the most car manufacturers around, and cars super modern, very technical, complex to drive. You can really make a difference as a driver, and I think it's just an amazing championship. It's still very young. It's now the 11th year of FE, growing and growing. Great things to come, I think, for the championship, and I'm privileged to be part of it. And this is why I've chosen this route, and I really feel at home where I am now.
Yep. Okay.
Splendid. Thank you, Nikki,
No problem.
for your question.
All right.
Right.
While we get the next one in, I just wanted to ask, because obviously you started your career at Dragon Racing with Formula E, and you're now, which was run by Jay Penske, and now obviously you're here with DS with Jay Penske. How important was Jay Penske in the move with DS?
Yeah, actually, I've got the helmet of my first Formula E season down here, the Dragon helmet.
Yep.
So good memories to that. And Jay was the one who gave me the opportunity of becoming a Formula E driver. I think I grabbed this chance with both hands, had a good rookie season, and then went on my journey in FE, and now to be racing again for the team of Jay, obviously in a different combination with DS as a manufacturer, and being in such a strong project makes me very, very proud. He has an incredible vision, Jay, of what he wants to achieve in our sport, and he has put an amazing team together. I love every second working with my new team, and Cheddar was good. It was great to have this first win so soon in our project together. And I very much look forward to our future from now on.
I just want to dive in very quickly before we get Natalie to ask a question, because you mentioned that obviously you're back at the team that you started your rookie season at. There was a few races where you were replaced in that rookie season. Was there a little bit of doubt that you might not be able to come back, or was there always something where you thought you will come back, and then you came back and had that amazing drive in Paris?
I mean, to be fair, like going into the season, I knew that, both Felipe and myself in the first races, we will sort of, both get our races, and we are both in the car. And at the end, I didn't overthink the situation, because I just tried to do what I need to do, which is my job in the car, performing and having fun. And this is what ultimately then gave me great results. You mentioned Paris. Bern was another one, really good. And from the beginning, I really enjoyed myself in FE, and I paid back this trust in my rookie season.
So I think we're
Right.
joined with Natalie, right?
Yeah, Natalie's here. So, Natalie,
I am
fire away.
indeed. Hello.
Hello.
Firstly, good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
Evening.
How are we, Max? Are we all good?
Excellent. Thank you. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. My question to you is, obviously, we know certain racers like listening to music before races. For example, if I'm watching the race at home and I'm nervous, I'll stick a bit of like house music, like Oliver Heldens, Martin Garrix, people like that. My question to you is, do you listen to music before races? And if so, what do you put on before you jump in the car?
It's something I've tried in earlier years in my career. To be fair, now not too much anymore. Obviously, sometimes, when I'm sort of by myself in the garage with some spare time, it may happen that I put some music on, but it's not really a ritual for me. Let's say in the 1 hour before the race, for instance, I've got sort of my routines to go through. Music is not such a big part, but to answer your question, to my taste of music on a race day, actually quite mixed. Regular pop music, something I like. Quite easygoing.
You got a karaoke song?
Actually, I never did karaoke, so
that
that's
has to change. We'll get you doing it in London.
exactly.
What the media did actually in Berlin last year, because Berlin was Eurovision, we all went out to we hijacked a sports bar in Berlin, in central Berlin, and we made it a Eurovision, and all of a sudden this sports bar were playing football games, and all of a sudden, and we hijacked this German, I think it was, I can't remember the team that got promoted, but they got promoted that day, but we hijacked the bar for Eurovision, and they had to watch their promotion in the crummy little corner of the bar. It was quite funny.
It's because Eurovision is the priority. Eurovision's always the priority.
Good fun, but
I'll put the
interesting.
trophy back on.
Who's next? I think it was either Saz or Luke.
Right, cheers, Natalie. We'll see you later.
See you later.
Thank you very much, Natalie, for your question.
Right, who are we getting in? All right, let's get Saz here.
Saz, perfect. Has she joined?
Saz should be here now.
I am here. Am I here?
You are
Yes,
here.
yes.
Welcome to the FE Bar. What is your question for Max?
Okay, hello. Max, I have a very important question for you on behalf of me and a lot of people. Please, can you tell us the hair care routine? The full hair care routine, products, steps. How do we get hair as good as yours?
Hi, Saz. It's a very important question, and it takes me some time every morning. Actually, it starts with a good hairdryer to get them in a good shape, and then I use some wax from Redken. Actually, if I say that, maybe I should try to get a sponsorship of them. Obviously, when you've got your helmet on, there's another technique how to put the balaclava to not mess them up too much. And I guess that's about it. My hair's a bit longer compared to a few years ago. Quite happy with the change, and thanks for the question.
Thank you, John, for answering.
It does just remind me how I've got to do my hair before coming on, so I'm really upset about that.
But never mind. We'll survive with our hair routines.
Yeah.
I'm in Miami, so I don't know if I should get a fresh haircut for Miami.
You got to get a fresh haircut for Miami, sure.
But Saz, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and good luck, Max,
for your question. So while we get the next one in, obviously it'd be silly of us not to talk about Jeddah, because obviously you won in Jeddah. How special was that for you? and that race in itself, like, and just winning in DS, because having Jean-Eric as a teammate is a tough teammate, and to go and win and DS and prove that you've made this move, and you've proven to the board that it's worthwhile, that you're there, like, it must be special, surely.
Yeah, it certainly has been a very special moment for me. As I said earlier, so early on in our season together to tick this box and win the race has been amazing. And yeah, it's been a fantastic actually start to the season. We've had great pace all weekends, have been through to all dual stages actually in all the 4 qualifyings, and yeah, to complete this with a win and pole position last time out in Jeddah has been amazing. The team is so passionate, and when looking into their eyes from the podium, it really meant a lot to me, because I really see how much everybody gives everything for what we're doing here day in, day out. And has been great moment, and really enjoy myself in the team.
Splendid.
Right, so Ricardo's here now. Ricardo, can you hear us?
Welcome
can we
to the
hear
FE
you?
Bar.
Yeah, thank you.
Hello.
Hello
What's your question for
everyone.
Max?
Hello, Max.
Hi,
So
Ricardo.
my question is, did you have a deja vu of Santiago season 6 when you won in Jeddah? Because there are many similarities to your most recent win and your first win. So my question is that.
Yeah, it's a good question. And actually, I was not uncomfortable in the position in Jeddah, because I sort of experienced moments like this before, getting into a last lap, not in the lead, but wanting the win, and being close in a strategic race. So yeah, you're actually totally right. There have been quite a few things similar, and yeah, it was just important to keep doing what I had to do, because last lap is always quite critical in FE, energy very sensitive, and every action can make or break your race, and you've worked very hard for it for the last 44 minutes, and you want to obviously get the reward for it, and to not only for yourself but as well for the team. And has been quite a similar one to my first race win. You're right.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Ricardo.
Yeah.
I suppose I don't know if the next one is ready.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say whilst I get Luke in, so someone just asked in chat. Obviously, DS has the best livery this year. I mean, like, you would be rather biased about that, but have you got any other favorite liveries up and down the paddock, or cars that you've raced throughout the years?
I mean, sounds maybe boring, but I fully agree with you that our livery this year is absolutely outstanding. I enjoy every time jumping into my car. Actually, you can see it in the background here. Got a picture from this year. So this one is quite spectacular. In terms of other liveries, I have to say I always liked the liveries of Jay through the years.
Yeah.
I would say maybe one of the best was the red and white Dragon
Gen 2,
car.
yeah.
Gen 2, exactly. This one was pretty cool with the red chrome and the white matte, I think it was. I would say this one maybe as one of the all-time best liveries.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, one of my favourite liveries, again, is a Jay Penske Dragon, but one of the earlier Gen 1s, where
was it the black to white and white to black?
It was Loic de Vals, black to white front nose. I thought that was a very nice. So yeah,
because there was one that went black to white and one that went white to black.
Yeah, so that was Jerome D'Ambrosio's the other way around. So it was a nice idea, nice concept, and great question. So hopefully we have Luke in now.
Yeah, Luke's here.
Hello, Luke. Welcome to the FE Bar.
Thank you. Hello all. Hello Max. Hello Jack. Hello other Jack. Didn't realise there were 2 Jacks. That's on me.
Yeah, we like to test everybody.
Oh yes, that's fair enough. Hopefully you can hear me. I've got out my very fancy microphone for this, so hopefully you can hear me.
You are
We can hear
coming
you
through
very well.
clear.
Good,
It's
that's the
very
perks
good.
of trying to be a
Right.
content creator. So my question to Max is, what are your hopes for the Gen 4 car? And what are your hopes for the future of Formula E as a whole? So what are you hoping the sport will achieve in the next few years?
Yeah, good evening, Luke, first of all. Yeah, I think future is looking bright. As everybody, heard a few details about the Gen 4 car, and it sounds spectacular. I think everything that us from a driver's perspective, we are aiming for, obviously keeping the four-wheel drive, but yeah, having more power, downforce, more grip from the tires. I think there's talks about a significant step on lap time for Gen 4. And yeah, I think we will more and more see the potential and the performance of electric race cars. I mean, already now we see the amazing acceleration we've got from 0 to 100, but there is so much more to showcase to everybody. And yeah, I think we will do this for sure in Gen 4 and beyond. I believe the potential of EV cars is almost endless. This instant torque and yeah, power, performance, and technology is amazing. You can set up so many things on the software side. This is what we do a lot, driver and engineer together in FE, and yeah, I look forward to it. I think it's going to be cool.
Just on that, Formula E is changing, right? And obviously we race on cities, and I know the drivers are massively into city racing. Is Gen 4, do you think this is the push towards more circuits rather than streets races, or do you think we can still encompass streets racing in Gen 4? Would you like Formula E to still have street races in Gen 4?
Yeah, personally, I'm a big fan of street tracks, and I think it's very much possible to still keep this identity as Formula E. Obviously, the tracks are going to be wider, bigger, and faster with a faster car. This is a natural thing to happen. But as well, we do have faster and wider street tracks. I think Monaco is always going to be a track that fits perfectly to Formula E, and I think here we will see as well, yeah, some great racing in the years to come, as well with the Gen 4. But there are tracks like Singapore, like Baku, yeah, different circuits that possibly we could go to, and yeah, I'm very much a fan of street circuits, and yeah, that would be awesome if we keep doing that.
Perfect. I'm very scared that we're going to lose London because London's so special to have on the calendar, and it's 5 minutes, like
Well,
5 minutes. But I don't want to lose London. I don't want to lose.
It will not be safe to do inside and outside the
I
X
don't want to lose London, but I'm just having a feeling
no.
that it's just going to go, unfortunately. And then there's another city like Rome's gone. You're like, oh, it's so sad.
I hope they keep London. London's so good.
Yeah.
I've been to London 2 years on the trot now. Loved it every year. But I can see why they would move it up to Silverstone because, yeah, the cars are starting to outgrow and outpace the track, as fun as it is.
Well, as a
locations.
worker at Silverstone, I don't want it to come to Silverstone because I don't think the cars would suit the circuit. I'd rather they go Brands. Brands work fantastically for Formula E.
But yeah, right. But Luke, thank you so much, though, for your question and coming on
Thank
the
you
show.
guys.
Really
Thank you, Max.
appreciate
Thank you,
it.
everyone.
So up next, I think is Mora. I think we have up.
Right. Give it 2 seconds.
Just from switching from one to the other.
Yeah, Maura should be here now. Can you hear us, Maura?
Hello,
Can
Maura.
we hear you?
Hi.
Hello, welcome
Hello.
to the FE Bar. What's your question for Max?
Hi, my question for Max was that you've driven quite a few of the FE cars right now. How has the evolution of the FE car in general been for you as a driver? Like over the gens?
Hi, Maura. Good evening. Yeah, I think the evolution has been really significant and big. I had the pleasure to actually drive the first generation of Formula E cars in my rookie test in Marrakesh. It was 2018. And yeah, over the years, the cars became much faster. And yeah, in terms of technology, just more and more efficient. And I from the beginning I really enjoyed driving a Formula E car because it's very, very unique. You have to be super precise as a driver, very much adaptive to the grip conditions, especially on street tracks with bumps. It's a lot about confidence in the car, and especially on the braking side. And to sort of do this more and more over the years with the cars getting faster and adapting to different cars has been a pretty cool journey. And the Gen 3 Evo is another step in this direction this year with the four-wheel drive, with tires that have more grip. They're more peaky in qualifying. And I think it sort of leads up perfectly to another big step in Gen 4 that we spoke about earlier. And it's an amazing evolution in Formula E.
Thank you, Maura.
Thank you, Max.
You're welcome.
So the waiting room is it's flooding, Max, at the moment. So we're trying to get people in and out. You're a very popular man. You're a very popular man this evening, which is absolutely brilliant to see. And that's the whole point of this show, Max. It's just to allow fans the chance who wouldn't normally have the chance to speak to you around.
Will.
Like Will. Like Will, who's here now. So Will, what is your question for Max?
Can you hear me?
We can hear you, Will.
Yes, we can hear you.
Where are you from, Will?
Well, I
Where are
was.
you phoning in from? I feel like I should have done this, but here we go. We've been so
it's all good.
excited.
London.
You're from London. Nice.
Well, I have the wrong accent, but I live in
Yeah, I
London.
thought from your accent I was expecting America. I was like, have you phoned it from America?
Yeah, well, there you go. There's a previous or ex New Yorker among you.
There
Anyway,
we go.
Max, thank you so much for being here. And I guess my question is, would you adjust the lengths of the Formula E races? Would you make them longer, shorter? Are they right? What do you think?
First of all, hi Bill. Pleasure to speak to you. And a great question. From a driver's point of view, for sure they could be longer. Saying that, already now the races are very intense, and afterwards you are absolutely mentally exhausted because there are so many things you constantly have to focus on, especially in these peloton races. There is not a single second to relax because you have to position your car all the time, and it's a great challenge. I would say, a lot is about the ratio of energy saving. This is why sort of the race distance currently is dictated by that. You want to have good amount of saving to enable great racing, overtakes, and strategy. But at the same time, you don't want the race to be too long or too short. And this is sort of the balance we have in Formula E, and it's actually quite independent of the race distance how good or exciting a race can be. Personally, I'm a big fan of MotoGP races, and I think their race distance is actually identical to ours. It's like 40-45 minutes, and I think it's good for the show. People are not getting bored, and they keep watching until the end.
Lovely stuff. Well, thank you so much for answering that. I did have one more quick one. How do you pronounce your last name?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. It's Gunther.
Gunther. Okay.
Gunther.
I've just heard it pronounced many different ways. Yeah, so that's great. Thank you so much for being here. This was awesome.
Yeah. Cheers, Will. Have a good
Cheers,
time.
brother.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming on, Will. Really appreciate it. Okay.
Right, here's his next.
So the
Kiwi.
next person is Kiwi, but I don't know if that's their actual name. But they've written their name down as Kiwi. Maybe they are from New Zealand. Who knows? But hopefully they'll be in soon.
I've hit the go button, and
We're just waiting for them to confirm.
yeah.
While we wait, because they've not come in yet. Just a quick question on Phil Charles and what's it like been working with Phil Charles? We've interviewed Phil Charles recently. He's going to feature in our magazine. We did a nice little feature with him. What's it like been working with Phil Charles?
Yeah, it's a real privilege. I enjoy a lot working with Phil. I think he's an amazing, yeah, team leader, and yeah, he has so much knowledge about race cars. Really, you can ask him any question in any part of the car, and he's gonna give you, yeah, the perfect answer because yeah, he's so aware and so technical as well. Yeah, on the human side, he really manages to put an amazing group of people together to form it a strong team and to make it successful. And yeah, I think this is what he has shown a lot in his career so far. And for me, it's a real, yeah, honor to work with him and to push with him now together for the greatest success.
Right, so we should now be joined by Kiwi. Can you hear us and can we hear you?
Hi, hello. Am I audible?
Yes,
You are
yes.
audible. You are audible. What's your question for Max?
First of all, hi. It's such an honor to meet you. Even though it's virtually. But and I'm also sorry if I sound off because I am very sick right now. But my first question is, how has racing mentally changed you throughout since the start of your career, like your mindset and mentality?
Yeah, good evening, and you sound perfectly fine, and it's speaking to you. Yeah, it's a brilliant question because yeah, this is something I hugely enjoy actually, and a big part of my work, of my preparation, and of my personal growing is the mental side. And I think, yeah, sport in particular, racing, there are so many great chances to, yeah, constantly learn about yourself in good, but especially in bad moments. And you, yeah, I'm definitely someone who always wants to improve, to become a better version of myself, keep growing, keep learning, and you can transfer this so much to the rest of your life. And I really feel, yeah, racing has made me, yeah, in general, become a more, or yeah, a better person basically in daily life, and as well in, yeah, daily life. I sort of try to learn lessons for racing at the same time. So it's really connected, those two things, and yeah, a great journey that, yeah, I look forward to keep living and enjoying in the coming years.
Just to add, because I was listening to the radio this morning, there was a debate about footballers being role models and the mindset that comes with that. Do you see yourself as a role model, or they said, oh, is that too much burden to put on a young athlete being a role model? Do you see yourself as a role model?
I would answer it differently. I would say it's a privilege that we are in a position to yeah, be an inspiration maybe for some people watching us on television. I mean, we do what we love the most, which is racing cars. But people, by supporting us, their individual favorite driver, they yeah, go through these high and low moments with us, and we are exposed on TV and show our emotions as well, and the people can sort of feel through what we go through. And as I said, there are a lot of, I mean, at the end, it's life, and sport is just a different version of life, and you can definitely learn a lot from sport for daily life. And yeah, I think this is why it's a great message you can send to the people.
Yeah, it's really interesting. It's only because I remember when I was younger, Michael Schumacher was my hero, and he didn't have a beard, so I was never going to have a beard because Michael Schumacher didn't have a beard. If Michael Schumacher didn't have a beard, I'm not having a beard. But then I've now grown a beard. But it's just amazing. But that's the thing. It's just as a role model, as a younger, and the things that as a kid, I looked up to Michael Schumacher, and he didn't have a beard, so I wasn't having one. So it's just things like that. But anyway, Kiwi, you did say you had a second question.
What a brilliant insight!
Yes, I did.
So I wanted to just let you have a chance to quickly ask it before we let you go.
Okay, so my second question and last question is, if you were to get a tattoo, what would it be and why?
Actually, I never thought about this. So this answers the question. I don't have a tattoo, and what would it be? What would it be? I mean, I'm quite a big fan of the number 7, as you can see from my starting number. There's quite some
No way! We've never thought.
there's some meaning to it. I'm not too sure if I would put it as a tattoo, but yeah, I'm not creative enough currently to come up with something else.
Okay. Thank you, Kiwi Day, for your questions, though. Really good ones.
Yes, thank you so much, and thank you for letting me have this opportunity. Thank you also, Max, for answering my questions. Thank you so much.
No worries, you're more than welcome.
Right.
So up next, I believe we have from the list. I've now lost the list. Great.
Yeah, no, I've had to keep on scrolling up and down for the list.
It should
Don't
be
worry.
Fear, I think.
I am just going to point out that this is going to be a little stop calling now. I'm going to shut the phone lines here, and then we'll get through everyone who's in the call. If that's okay.
The phones. You've missed your.
The phone lines are
closed.
You come in, I'm chucking you out. But so yeah, we will get through the final.
So it should be
people.
Fear in next.
Yeah, should be another few people, and including Thea now.
Hello, Thea.
Hi.
How
Hello.
are you? Welcome to the FE Bar.
We're good.
What's your question for Max?
So my question is, as most of the FE grid have pets and mostly dogs, would you consider ever getting a dog in the future?
Hi, Fia. Brilliant question, and I can tell you I'm a huge dog lover. I actually grew up with a German Shepherd from when I was, I think, 4 until I was 15. I had a dog called Leia, and yeah, it was an amazing time, a time that I truly miss, and definitely life without a dog is not the same as with a dog. And yeah, definitely in the future, I'm going to have a dog again. But yeah, obviously circumstances in life need to be fitting around it. At the moment, I'm traveling a lot, and yeah, I would miss my dog too much, and I don't want to leave him alone. That's why currently no, but in the future for sure.
Thanks.
The retirement plan to have the dog.
Thea, that's not your actual question, is it? Come on.
No.
No. Do the proper question.
So, what's your opinion on cornflakes and cheese?
And what, sorry?
On cornflakes
and cheese
for a
together.
Breakfast. Terrible, in my opinion.
Discrimination. Question back: when would you eat this combination in the cinema?
Not in the cinema, but for breakfast, and then whenever I feel like it, sometimes at like 11 o'clock at night or anything. So
Okay,
yeah.
I would say thanks for inspiring me, and I'm definitely gonna try this in the future.
Thanks.
No worries. Yeah, it doesn't sound great, but then thank you. But Thea, thank you so much for your question, though.
Yeah. Right.
Thank you so much. So after Thea, I believe it was Nabiha. I think I'm saying that right.
I'm hoping you are. Yeah, give it a go. So we did just have another question come in on the chat. Saying, what are your thoughts on the WRC like talking to the media ban at the moment for the swearing, the FIA cracking down on swearing and everything?
Yeah, I heard about it, and yeah, I think, how should I say? I think it needs to be appropriate. On the one hand, we need to be, role models in the way we express ourselves, and as everybody, we need to be able, to find the right words in a respectful manner. At the same time, we are in sports, in racing, where emotions are very high, and without offending, obviously, another driver. I think this is correct. But just generally speaking, if there is maybe not the most formal expression to straight away get a fine for it, I think it's debatable, and this is why I think us as drivers, we very much like to have something appropriate, and let's see how this whole case is going to evolve.
Okay.
Right. Nabil should be here.
Oh, hello, Max. Sorry. Sorry for the time zone. It's very early morning in the Asia.
Whereabouts are you? Whereabouts are you phoning from?
I'm from Malaysia. Yeah, met Max, I think 3 times already. Last time in Shanghai last year. Okay. So my hello. So my question is to Max. One is for upcoming races in Shanghai, obviously in May. What is your preparation? Obviously, you can count yourself as a king of Asia with Jakarta, Tokyo, and Jeddah. So yeah, what is your so-called preparation for Shanghai?
First of all, really looking forward to racing in Shanghai. I think races there have been a lot of fun last year, and we always prepare in the simulator the week before the actual race, going through different scenarios, especially race management, energy management, and it's a pretty cool track, quite fast, lots of fun in qualifying, and then especially in the race, a lot of things to manage, and I'd say business as usual as on other tracks, but definitely it would be nice to continue this streak. It is quite good in Asia.
Yeah, okay. And just my last question, number 2. We know that you just released, not just released, but you released the merchandise. Is there any possibility that you maybe make any giveaway or a discount on the merchandise?
I think definitely that's gonna happen at one point.
Oh, that's so great.
Watch out for it. And we launched it a few months ago. It's going really well. I love wearing it myself, and I'm happy if people do so as well.
The jumper's nice. I saw the jumper. The Max G hoodie.
Yeah,
it's a lovely sky blue. Then I saw the price of €95 and I was like, Max.
Oh my God. Yes.
Which color do you
It
like?
was quite surprising as well.
Can we get mates rates?
Mates
Yeah, we can get mates rates. Yeah,
Hashtag
10%, little bit off.
10% max 20 for 20% off. It did look nice. It was a sky blue one. It was the only one I saw, to be honest. It was like a light pale blue with the Max.
Yeah, they're more colors.
That was the one I saw, but it did look nice.
Appreciate it. So you've got 3 options. It's white, light blue, and dark blue.
Nice. Yeah, I did see.
All right, thank you, Max.
No worries. Thank you for your questions. Okay, so I think the next one is Zaynep, which I don't know if that's their actual name, but Zaynep, we've got 3 people left. So Zaynep, Helen, and Chris. So those are the 3 that are remaining, and then hopefully we'll.
I'm hoping this works. Yeah.
Zaynep, welcome to the FE Bar. How are you? Hopefully you could hear us.
Can we hear you?
Can you hear us? Because I know there was a little bit of problems in the waiting room.
Hello.
Hello.
We can hear you. Welcome to the FE Bar. What's your question?
Thank you.
What's your question for Max?
Good evening, Max. Good evening, everyone. My question was that Max, you obviously had amazing teammates in your Formula E career, and which one do you think has challenged you the most and taught you the most, and which one you enjoyed being teammates with the most?
Yeah, good evening, Zainab. And great question. I would say definitely the one I currently have is very high on the list. He's an incredible driver. Jeff, I really enjoy working with him. He's not without a reason the only double champion in FE, and it's great, pushing together to get the best out of us, out of our team, out of our car. And yeah, that's certainly something I really enjoy, and yeah, I look forward to in the coming races and seasons. And yeah, from the past, I would point out Sepp Buemi. He has been a brilliant teammate. I definitely learned as well great things from him, from his experience, and yeah, very very good racing driver, and as well a fantastic human being. So yeah, it was great to share the garage with him in that one season.
Perfect. Zeynep, thank you so much for your question.
Sorry, if it's okay, can I ask one small
Go
question?
on, very quickly.
I'm currently learning German, and I wanted to ask Max a German song advice. Like, what can I listen to?
Oh wow! First of all, it's great you learn German. I would need to check my phone, but I don't think I have any German songs in my playlist. But check out maybe maybe you like Helene Fischer. You know her?
I've heard about her.
Go for her songs. She's got a few nice ones. I think you enjoy them.
Thank you.
That's an awesome
Thank
question.
you so much.
I love that question. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Good evening.
Thank you. Have a good rest of your evening. Thanks so much. On the message of teammates, as we get Helen in, a sad one on this one. So just a message of support for Jehan Daruvula, because obviously was your teammate last season, who announced on Twitter yesterday that they can't, they're not racing this season. And I suppose for a racing driver, that's like one of the hardest challenges. So just a message of support for Jehan, because it's tough.
Yeah, absolutely. I've seen his post, and yeah, it was great being teammates with Jehan. I think he did a very good job in his rookie season. He has shown really good performance and pace. He has learned a lot, and yeah, definitely has been a great teammate, and we really had a great time together. Lots of fun, and yeah, I wish him only the very best for his career. And yeah, sad to see he's not racing this year, but I'm sure he's going to do great things in the future, and I've got my fingers crossed for him.
Perfect. Thank you for that. We are joined by Helen now. So Helen, welcome to the FE Bar. What's your question for Max?
Hi guys. Hi Max. I was just going to ask, there's been a bit of a split opinion about Monaco this year being a double header. People saying maybe it dilutes the importance of a win there. What are your thoughts about the change, and does it change the way that you approach the race at all?
I'm definitely a fan of single headers because I think it does make the Ypres very special. On the other hand, I love Monaco. It's my favorite race. It's my home race. And if there was a double header in the season, then I always wanted it to be Monaco. So yeah, I'm really happy we do 2 races there. It's, I think, the goal of many of us to be there on the podium, because it's just so special with all the history about this place. And yeah, to get 2 goals at it this year, I think is something we all look forward to.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Helen.
While we get Chris in, just to finish off, I do just want to I do just want to put my tuppence in for German music, because I had the displeasure of listening to a song called Nine Man when I was in secondary school, and it was dreadful. So that, I think it's like Lasercraft or something like that. But yeah, awful song. But yeah. So yeah, that's my.
What's the message you want to send here?
No. I just want to say that.
Come on, Germany won the Eurovision in 2010. I don't know. My German songs are not great.
Yeah, but with an English language song, this year's the first time they're singing a German language song in 18 years. Is it, Chris? You should know this.
Isn't it 20? Isn't it since 1990?
Is it? I thought it was 2007.
No,
Top
it was
Eurovision
well
knowledge here.
before
Okay,
that.
yeah, no.
Eurovision knowledge.
Me and Chris natter about Eurovision, so
Chris, welcome to the
Hello,
FE
by the way.
Bar.
I'm glad 1990 last German song Eurovision is my introduction.
What is your question for Max, and welcome to the show?
First of all, hi. I'd love to know your honest opinion on the peloton style races. Do you actually enjoy them yourself, or do you think it's a bit of a mockery, shall we say?
Hi, Chris. Yeah, I very much enjoy them actually, and I think it's as well the beauty of FE that we have to adapt to so many different things. I touched on it earlier that being adaptive as a driver is one of the most important skills in FE, and yeah, the peloton races are something, yeah, that has been very new to all of us. We experienced it the first time last year in, let's say, no, 2 years ago in Portland. And yeah, there is a real strategy behind it, and how you approach your race, how you position yourself. You have to be yeah, very strategic and pretty smart all the time. So yeah, it's a good challenge. I'm happy that we've got this mix, that we've got some normal convenient FE races, some that track position is even more important. So qualifying has high importance, like London, for instance. And then we've got a few races where overtaking is more simple, where the peloton style comes into play. And yeah, to pull a good race off in these races is a real challenge. And yeah, I think it's cool to have different races.
Perfect.
Brilliant.
I just want to add on to that actually, because obviously you won the first attack charge or pit boost race now. So how was the change in that? What did you enjoy that style of race? And obviously that was the first one. What did you learn from that style of race when we do it again in the future?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I think it's great. And I'd love. I mean, obviously it's easy to say that because the race went well for me, but I prefer, I think, this style of racing as as the future in FE, because I think it's great to have strategy like a pit stop in racing. It adds some extra spice to the whole show. New things to tackle, to improve. Like in laps, out laps, how to use your attack mode around it, your energy allocation, and yeah, I think it's great. The race has been faster as well, so it was more on pure merit. The outcome of the race, with qualifying having more of an importance as well. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I think it's great.
Perfect. Thank you, Chris, for your question.
Yeah, thank you again. Bye.
Thanks, Chris.
And that is everything.
That is the list of people. Thank you for staying on a little bit longer than we initially planned, Max.
Chris did allow us, by the way, so it wasn't like.
Oh, okay, good.
We did text Chris. We and he was very happy. He's like, "Oh, just get them all done." So blame Chris. But I really hope you enjoyed that. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's brilliant giving the fans, and that's what this show's about, Max. This show is about the fans, giving them the chance, one, to speak about the series that they love, and two, giving them opportunities to do things that normally they can't. So I really hope you enjoyed it this evening.
I certainly did. Thanks for being for making me be part of it. And yeah, it was great to chat to every one of you. And yeah, hopefully again in the future.
Perfect. So what we're going to do now is we'll just take a small break and we'll wrap up the show on the end, and we will say goodbye to Max here. So thank you very much for coming on the show, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Thanks, guys. See you.
And we are back live. I just need to change Mr. Pico's camera from one Zoom to Discord, but it might not let me do that quite nicely. There we go. You should be back there, Mr. Pickering. There you are. What a show. What an absolute amazing show. I hope you enjoyed that. We had 45 minutes. Thankfully, Chris, the PR person, allowed it to go on a little bit longer to get it all in. There's not much really to say. I wanted to come on because this show is really important to a lot of people, and yes, you know, people come on and we get to chat, but people's lives go through ups and downs and so forth, and I know, you know, you don't really realize how much this show sometimes means to people. And when people come on and they tell us, oh, we really love our show, or, you know, oh, I really love listening to the show, it really puts a smile on my face. But you go through ups and downs in life, and where I'm going with this is because I want to dedicate this show to my granddad, who I lost on the 10th of March to cancer. And, you know, we were due to do this show on the 12th, and I really wanted to dedicate it to him then. And I want to dedicate him because this show is a family, and I think what we're creating here is a family where we have a community where we can talk about the ups and downs of people's lives and so forth. And, you know, and when you go through a down, that it's okay to talk about. And I think, obviously, I haven't mentioned it before, but I'm mentioning it live on air because I wanted to dedicate the show to him. And I know that, and I kind of just want to say that, you know, the family that we are creating on this show, the community that we have on this show is immense, and I love it to pieces. And in the Discord, people talk about their ups and their downs and so forth. So I wanted to talk about one of my downs, and that was a down. But I thought, what way, you know, he used to love checking in and finding out what I was doing with my Formula E stuff, and was always asking. And I thought, you know what a show to dedicate this to him. And I just wanted to do that before we ended tonight, because to be honest with you, there isn't much to talk about. I think, Mr. Pickering, in terms of
Evo sessions.
Evo sessions, we don't know too much about, but it was interesting.
Mr. Beast
I think,
car.
I think.
That was it.
We can talk about it, but I think we're gonna pretty much wrap up the show.
I will say I liked Miami. I think from the onboards that we saw, I think
and Max,
that's gonna be a good circuit next year.
Max said that could be a good option, and I did write a piece on Formula E Zone to say that, you know, this, yes, it was an exercise of celebrities, but it might have been more to it, because, you know, Alberto told us that, you know, they are talking to the Miami F1 track in terms of potentially hosting the race in next season. So it might just be Homestead this year, it might be the Miami F1 track next season.
I will
and
say,
maybe that event might be something to do.
I think they need to do the slightly longer circuit than that, because the lap time. So I think I saw Sergio
1:11
lap time, but it was something like 1:11.
No, that was the drivers. The drivers were doing it in 1:11.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that.
The drivers, the celebrities were about 30-40 seconds off that.
No. If you
Maybe
watch
Sergio
Aguero's,
I don't know.
Sergio Aguero's lap was like almost like 1:15 or something.
So then Sergio Aguero's done a good job then.
Yeah, but but
I know Dan Ticktum's was about 1:11, 1:10, I think. From
was
from
it?
What I saw.
I would have thought that it'd be under a minute
But yeah, most celebrities that I saw,
that
like
close,
Junkers,
but,
was like 1:50, 1 minute. I don't know, but there wasn't. You know, you had to be.
I didn't see specific lap times.
It's just odd ones that I managed to.
Onboard. I watched the onboard, and that was a 1:50 video, but had an intro and outro and an extra like first and the run out the final corner, which is an extra 10 seconds and an extra down the straight. So yeah.
Ray said 1:06 was the quickest by Van Dorn. So yeah, so maybe some people didn't go as quick as possible. But yeah, maybe. But the problem is Dan Drifter. Maybe that was the lap he was drifting in it. So yeah, maybe a little bit extension, but I'm sure there's opportunities to extend it. And plus, you know, if it is a 1:06 or a 1:04, it's not the end of the world. You know, Formula E have tracks like that. You know, Berlin's quite quick. It's less than 1 minute 10 seconds, so it's not the end of the world. It's more about the location, I think, because you just have more laps.
Yeah, but no, that's the thing. the location.
If the racing's good on that little track, then why not?
Yeah, and the thing is, as Max was saying just then, like there are like some circuits that are in like prime locations, and we've spoken about this before. So like the old Buenos Aires F1 track, that is in Buenos Aires. You got Le Mans, which is just on the outskirts of Le Mans, and I will forever campaign that Adelaide needs to be on the calendar, and I think Miami, the Hard Rock Stadium, I think that is one that needs to be on the calendar from next season onwards.
Yeah. But I do have a feeling that whole event was a test event for me for trying to see if Formula E could work there in one way, shape, or form.
I think it can.
And so do I. And that's it. So we may do another FE bar before, maybe another quiz before the start
it's
of
only
Miami.
3 weeks away.
But I know, but we might as well do something.
And you need to come and get your microphone.
And I need to come and get my microphones from yours, so we do need to sort that out at some point. But that's not the be-all and end-all.
Oh, you don't think I'm coming down to London? Am I coming down to London?
Who knows?
I'll let you know regardless.
But that's not the biggest concerns. But yes, I do need to do that. But this has been the FE bar. It did say that we wanted to 8:30. That was a typo.
Yeah, I was so confused.
That was a typo. That was
why were we on that long?
Because the original was 6:30 till 8:30, just in case. But then I knew that we couldn't stay on as long, and this all came about yesterday. Yesterday at 6 o'clock, I got an email saying you can do tomorrow, and I was like, all right, then let's do it. I was like, let's do it.
So
and then I made and I had to push him back half an hour. Yes, I had to push him back half an hour because of parents' evening. Yes, very true. I was like, mate, I literally left at 5:15. So if he started, I got home at 8:30. So I'm very glad that
I'll be honest,
able to
I was
push it
amazed
back.
that you were back that quickly.
I literally had my bag and coat next to me as soon as that last parent went. I was out the door. So this has been the FE bar. We'll hopefully be back. I hope you enjoyed it. I don't even know. I didn't even say like or subscribe. But if you haven't liked or subscribed or just like the video in general, leave a comment, share it.
I'll give it a like. There we go.
It's big, and also to get more shows like this, we have to. If you make it, so the more you interact, the more people we can get on. So, yeah, that's been the show. This has been the FE bar. We will hope maybe be back before Miami. The Miami FE bar will be a later date. It won't be on the Monday because I might be flying home that day. It's a time difference and time travel, but it may be on the next day.
Spend some time out there. I mean,
I am.
Can wait.
We can maybe do it on the Tuesday. So, but the date for the FE bar may change for the second one. But we hope you thoroughly enjoyed the show, and we will see you soon. Goodbye.